Hi everyone, it's Gillian and welcome to my channel and another crochet tutorial, another granny square. Let's get started. To begin round 1, you're going to start with a magic ring. You're going to chain 1, and that chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch. Inside the ring, you're going to make 8 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And you're going to close your ring and you're going to join to the first stitch with a slip stitch. And that is the end of round 1. Round 2, you're going to chain 1, and into the same stitch where you made your slip stitch, you're going to make 2 single crochets. And you're going to repeat into the next stitch 2 single crochets. And for round 2, you're going to place 2 single crochets into each stitch around. And repeat. Continue with your single crochets and I'll meet you at the end of the round. At the end of the round, you have something that here that looks like a stitch. That is not a stitch. That is where you made your join in round 1. So you don't want to work into that spot. You're just going to go ahead and join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. And here we're going to fasten off. For round 3, you can join in any of the single crochet stitches that you like, and you're going to join with a slip stitch. You're going to chain 2, and you're now going to double crochet 3 stitches together, working into that same stitch. So you're going to wrap your hook, you're going to go into the stitch, and you're going to pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to pull through 2 loops. You have 2 loops left. You're going to wrap your hook, go into the stitch, pull up a loop. You now have 4 loops. You're going to pull through 2 loops. You have 3. You're going to wrap your hook one more time and go into the stitch and pull up a loop. You now have 5 loops here on your hook. You're going to wrap your hook and pull through 2. You have 4 loops left on your hook, and you're going to wrap your hook and pull through all 4 loops. And along with the chain 2 in the beginning, that counts as a double crochet 4 stitches together. You're going to chain 3, and this is going to be the start of your repeat for round 3. You're going to skip the next stitch, and now you're going to double crochet 4 stitches together into the next stitch. So you're going to wrap your hook, go into the stitch and pull up a loop. You're going to pull 2 loops off. You have 2 loops left. Wrap your hook, go into the stitch, pull up a loop. You now have 4 loops on your hook. You're going to pull through 2 loops. You have 3 left. Wrap your hook, go in, pull up a loop. You have 5 loops on your hook. Pull through 2 loops. You have 4 left. You're going to wrap your hook one more time for 4 times. And as you can see, here you have 1, 2, 3. So you're going to go in one more time. Here you have 6 loops on your hook. You're going to pull through 2 loops. And then you're going to pull through 2 more loops. You have 4 loops left on your hook, and you're going to wrap your hook and pull through all 4 loops. And that is your double crochet 4 stitches together. And you're going to repeat by chaining 3. You're going to skip the next stitch, and you want to be careful because sometimes the stitch that you're supposed to skip is hidden by the cluster, so you want to make sure that you pull it apart to see the stitch. Okay, so you're going to skip this one and make a double crochet 4 stitches together in the next stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3 and 4, and on the fourth one you're going to pull off loops twice until you have 4 loops left on your hook, and when you have 4 loops left you're going to pull through all 4 loops, and you're going to repeat chain 3, skip the next stitch and a double crochet 4 stitches together into the next. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and pull 2 more off, and then you have 4 loops left and you pull through all 4 loops. Okay, so you're going to repeat this sequence 4 more times, and I'll meet you at the end. At the end you should have 1 stitch left. You're going to chain 3, you're going to skip that stitch, and you're going to join to the first stitch, the first cluster, not the chain 2, with a slip stitch, and you're going to fasten off. And that's the end of round 3. For round 4, I'm going to join at the top of the cluster stitch. Any cluster will do. You can also join here with a slip stitch, chain 1 and a single crochet. I'm going to use a standing single crochet to join. For standing single crochet, you're going to put a slip knot on your hook, and you're going to go into the stitch at the top of the cluster, and I'm going to pull up a loop, and with 2 loops on my hook I'm going to pull through both loops for my standing single crochet. I'm now going to make a single crochet into the chain 1 space, and I'm going to make a single crochet into round 2. So I'm going to insert my hook into that skip chain, the skip stitch from round 2. I'm going to pull up a loop, and I'm going to pull up on the loop so that it's the height of the other stitches. I'm going to pull through both loops, and that's going to be my elongated single crochet. And I'm just going to repeat these stitches. So I'm going to make a single crochet at the top of the cluster, a single crochet into the chain 3, and another elongated single crochet into round 2. Just go directly into that skip stitch, pull up a loop, and you want to pull up on that loop so that it's the height of the other stitches, and complete your single crochet stitch. And you're just going to repeat, make a single crochet at the top of the cluster stitch, single crochet into the chain 3, and a single crochet into round 2. And you're going to repeat single crochet top of the cluster, single crochet into the chain 3, and single crochet into round 2. And you're going to repeat this sequence of stitches all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end. At the end of the round, you're going to join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet stitch. And you're going to fasten off here. And now we're going to turn this into a square. Turn it into a granny square. For round 5, I'm going to join in one of the single crochet stitches, the first one. So we have 1 single crochet, 2, and then we have the elongated single crochet. I'm going to join in this single crochet, one of those. So to join, I'm going to join with a standing double crochet. For standing double crochet, I'm going to put a slip knot on my hook. You can also join with a chain 3. I'm going to wrap my hook, and then I'm going to go into the stitch, pull up a loop, We have 3 loops on the hook. You're going to pull through 2 loops and then 2 more loops for your standing double crochet. In that same stitch, I'm going to make 2 more double crochets, and this is going to be our first corner here. You're going to chain 2 and make 3 double crochets into the same stitch. Chain 1. You're going to skip 1 stitch, and into the next stitch you're going to make a cluster of 3 double crochets. Chain 1, and you're going to repeat. You're going to skip 1 stitch and a cluster of 3 double crochets into the next stitch. You're going to chain 1, skip 1, and we're going to make another corner in the next stitch, so you're going to make 3 double crochets. And you're going to chain 2 and place 3 more double crochets into that same stitch. Chain 1, skip 1 and make a cluster of 3 double crochets into the next. Chain 1, skip 1 and a cluster of 3 double crochets into the next. And this is going to be a repeat, so you're going to repeat this sequence all the way around to the end, and I'll meet you there. At the end of the round, chain 1 and join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. And you can stop here and fasten off with the square, and you have a cute little square that you can embellish. You could add another round of the granny square pattern. You can make half double crochets, and you can even make single crochets. And we'll do another round of the granny square pattern to even things out. So you're going to slip stitch for round 6, I think this is. It's going to be a slip stitch into the next 2 stitches. And then a slip stitch into the chain 2, chain 3, and then 2 double crochets into the chain 2. Chain 2 and 3 double crochets into the chain 2. Chain 1, working into the chain 1, a cluster of 3 double crochets. Chain 1, another cluster of 3 double crochets into the chain 1. Chain 1 and repeat one more time into the next chain 1, another cluster of 3 double crochets. Chain 1 and make your corner, which is going to be 3 double crochets. Chain 2 and 3 more double crochets inside that space. And you're going to repeat this all the way around, and I'll meet you there. At the end of the round, chain 1, and you're going to fasten off here. I'm going to join to the first double crochet on the both loops. and then in the back loop of the chain 1. And then you're going to go ahead and sew in your ends, and you can add more rounds if you want to this pattern. You can modify it to whatever it is that you like. As I mentioned before, you can do half double crochets, you can do single crochets, and that is the end of the tutorial. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Please like and subscribe, share it, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next video.